Then of course at the very end, his daughter came and took stage, and that was very emotional, I think, for everyone. I was getting a little, teared up, just, watching and listening to her, because then you have to realize, he's a father first of all, to the children, that's what he is first of all. So that was. So would you like to share some of your favorite personal memories of, a Michael Jackson incident or instance or a song or,
Let's see. Well, obviously, we mentioned his music videos, and they were like a huge, huge deal. Like, I believe it was Remember the Time premiered like in prime time one night, like after some show, because that was what the early 90s when that.
I believe so.
Yeah, it's on Dangerous, and Dangerous came out in 91. And so, was it on after The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air or something?
I don't remember.
I have a crazy memory like that. So
I don't have cable, so it could have been. I don't know.
Yeah, I believe it was I believe it was on like after The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air or something. I believe it was on NBC, and I remember like being glued to television, just watching that, and that was the coolest video I'd ever seen because.
Definitely. Again, I mean, I can't say that it topped Thriller, but it was definitely up there. I mean, he had Magic Johnson in it, he had Eddie Murphy, he had Iman, and the special effects again in that video were great, and of course the song itself is a great song. So it's like
definitely.
Can't
And then
be wrong.
then just basically always trying to do the dances and stuff like. I remember a time dance even, like, I'm pretty sure I have some battle scars from trying to do that when I was a child. And then, of course, hiding from Thriller. Like, I was old. I was, like, 8 before I could.
I think that was last week at my house. Like, yeah. Kid, it's okay. You can come out and watch it with me.
I was, like, 8 years old before I would watch Thriller all the way. Like, it was terrifying to me.
Definitely.
So what are your Michael Jackson memories?
Of course, I think watching and experiences his art is kind of a shared experience. Like you said, when the Thriller video would come on again, I do the same thing. I would like either watch it from a different room, just kind of peek around the corner, just listen to the music because still it's pretty scary, but in a good way. And then again, remember the time, just waiting and anticipating to see that video come on. And then just listening to Michael in the car, like for me, I think I really discovered on my own Michael Jackson, like the Dangerous CD. That was the first CD I actually bought of his. I'm like maybe a super fan because I even like his later stuff. Even
I like Invincible. Yeah,
Invincible,
like I always liked the song. I never actually bought it, but until now.
But I bought it. I have it.
Okay, it came out in 2001. Guess where I was? College. Guess what I had? No money. So, of course, that's not different from now.
The History CD, it's a personal record for me. It's the most I ever paid for a CD. It's like I paid like $26 for it, and I'm like, I don't care. It's a double disc. It has old Safendi stuff, and so again, I was like, first in line to get one of those, and so we actually have some fan art, some drawings of Michael. Very well done. So we just wanted to hold those up and kind of in memorandum. It's like I said, it's a really great job and some kind of classic. This is, you probably recognize this picture. It's from the Thriller cover album. And then a really, highly recognizable silhouette of Michael doing, of course, a classic dance pose from Smooth Criminal. So these are going to be going on our wall of
stuff. Yeah, we're organized here at Pop Cuisine,
something to help us all remember him. Of course, we don't really need...
Remember the good times, remember the good things.
The classic Mike, the iconic Mike.
Right, definitely, and I think really, and my mom has been saying this, that, one thing she was really sad about is she was really looking forward to his comeback, like
definitely
seeing we weren't going to London, but there would have been DVDs or probably maybe even a special on one of the cable stations or something, so
and, hopefully since that hopefully it would have gone so well that maybe he would extend the tour and maybe come to North America or some other countries, and that was definitely my wish. I was hoping okay, he'll do the London shows, he'll come to America next. Full-blown comeback, he'll do this more music, more songs, more...
Well, no, I really do think that that was going to be it for him.
Like, you think so?
I think that he was tired of, not tired of perform, but he was just, he had been doing it since he was, 9 years old. So I really think that he wanted just to close out that part of his life, and let that be that, and finish raising his children and that kind of thing,
See, I think actually quite the opposite. I think he was waiting till his children were old enough to kind of not necessarily be by themselves, but a little bit more independent from him. And so I think that's when he decided, okay, let me kind of relaunch my career and kind of go from there. That was my feeling, but of course we'll never know.
Right, yeah. That's the saddest part to me. Is like I mean, because as we started out, a lot of people are like, oh, you didn't care about him until he was, and I'm like, no, that's not it. Like, no lie, like at least once or twice a week I would listen to one of my history CD, in the car. Just it was just there, like it was, like it reminded me of when I was a child. So, that's the way I feel about it.
So definitely, again, if you have any thoughts, feelings, memories that you'd like to share with us about the King of Pop, send them to popcuisine@yahoo.com, and we look forward to hearing from you. And I guess, in the words of Michael Jackson, just remember the time.
Yeah, let it go, and gone too soon and whatnot. So, yeah. So I guess up next we're going to be doing our top 5 playlist of the week, and of course, just keeping with the theme. This week we're going to do top 5 MJ.
All right, and for my top 5 Michael Jackson songs, I have "Dirty Diana" as number 1. I like his angrier stuff, and it definitely has an angry kind of edge to it. So you'll notice on my playlist there's a lot of his angrier songs. But the top one for me is "Dirty Diana." Just a great beat, a great song, and it's just great. My second one is actually technically by Rockwell. Somebody's Watching Me, and of course Michael does the chorus for that, and the whole backstory to that Rockwell is actually Berry Gordy's son. And then number 3 is "Off the Wall," and of course it's from his debut album. It's a great song, and actually I didn't know a lot about that album until recently. And then back to the angry stuff with number 4, "Give In to Me" off the Dangerous CD. Again, another angry song, just really hard hitting, just very forceful song, so I love that. And then number 5 is "Another Part of Me," and off the Bad CD, and just again another great hard hitting song that I really love. And of course, I love all MJ songs equally. They're all my children. And as Nakia mentioned, there's so many songs to choose from that are all really great.
Hey, hi everybody, and welcome back to Pop Cuisine. And as promised, it's the top 5 MJ playlist for me. First off, I'm going to start off with "Dirty Diana." That was like my song. I loved it so much. I really did not know that it was about groupies. Like, I didn't know what a groupie was, but I just love the guitar part, and I love the performance video. I also love "I Just Can't Stop Loving You." I don't know, I really like that song. It's touching to me, And then Jam. I like Jam. Part of it is I loved Heavy D at the time, and so he's on the song with Michael. And I loved the video too, because Michael Jordan and Chris Cross were also in the video. Then "Never Can Say Goodbye" is obviously Jackson 5, but I really like that song a lot too. Then finally, I had it on my playlist during our last season, but "She's Out of My Life" is also that one will probably always be in my top 5 Michael Jackson songs. Like, I really love it, and I love the end of the song when he takes the breath, like at the end and his voice cracks. I'm just like, oh, I'm sorry, she's sorry, Michael. So those are my top 5, rotating probably, but top 5 Michael Jackson songs.